This is Matt breaking in from the future, just to let you know that combat has been handled completely incorrectly this session. So if you are looking for actual play with correct combat, this is not it.
Well, I'm going to create a temporary solution. Purple and pinkish energy starts to swirl around the Half-a-Ma and encase it in a cool little bubble. It's all bubbled up.
Alright, so the Half-a-Ma is currently contained.
Weird, it looks like a loofah.
It does.
You can draw a purple circle around it if you want, or I can. Or...
I will. I'm gonna.
Great. So what else is happening around the world?
Caesar, well, he's had this experience where he tried to grab trees with his blood, and then they grabbed him back with, creepy, gross, corrupted branches.
Mm-hmm.
Not feeling too good, but, there's only one way forward, and that's through this Umber Ma thing. So even though he's surrounded in trees, he's going to pull forth his junk cannon, stuff his strange orcish blade in there, and shout at Rasheen. Probably something in orcish, actually, because he's a little disturbed by these trees. So Rasheen probably doesn't understand it at all.
He's just offended. Speak to me in such a filthy tongue.
Damn. But he will fire upon the Umber Ma and attempt to distract its attention once again.
Okay, so you're trying to keep it busy again? Or are you trying to overcome it? Alright, keep it busy, okay. Alright, go for it.
Alright, I have to roll in despair because I am damaging this stat.
Yep. And do you have a mutual bond with Rasheen?
I have one towards him.
Rasheen?
Hold on. I don't think I have one for Caesar now.
Alright, so now do you have one with Hesmak?
No. I do have one with Hesmak.
Caesar, do you have mutual bonds with Hesmak?
I do not have one to Hesmak.
Okay. So you'll have to roll in despair, unfortunately.
That's fine.
Well, are we able to establish a bond mid-stream like this?
Right now, when he's about to roll, maybe not. But after that, yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Man, these dice.
Okay. Now I need to read a little bit more about the Forge a Bond move, but I'll get back to you on that one.
Right. So he shoots this thing, and I don't know if you're willing to allow this, but paying the price means that I have to destroy. I can destroy a weapon.
Let me see here. So your thing uses orc-made weapons as ammo. Does it destroy them when it shoots them?
It doesn't say, but I guess that would be double dipping. That's my feeling.
Okay.
You'd have to lose your cannon, then you couldn't fire anymore.
You could damage your cannon, or you could lose some of your other gear, or take damage to a stat.
Well, I have this new armor. I should probably use it, huh?
Makes sense.
All right, I will do that then. So, basically, the junk cannon being a junk cannon, even though he fires it, it kind of misfires a bit, and, it doesn't look too good. There's a big ball of fire, but he comes out of it kind of unscathed, at least for now.
All right. Who else wants to do something? Team west of the barrier is not having a great time right now. Can you turn it around?
They are not.
Well, I could do something with the Umber Ma.
We need air
Then
support.
do it.
Yeah, I could go back into the air and breathe lightning at it.
Awesome.
Hopefully lightning that doesn't hit Rasheen.
Or
maybe I hope it will. He's probably mumbling about how Rasheen tried his best, blessed his heart.
Oh. My sword actually deflects lightning. It does the opposite of what a sword would do because it's magical.
Stop making stuff up.
Yeah, so anyway, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna fly in the air and try to breathe lightning on the Umber Ma.
Okay, so you're going to fly in the air and breathe lightning on the Umber Ma. That sounds like you have an advantage. Are you going to try to finish it, or are you just going to try and overcome it?
I'll try and finish it.
Okay, and are you going to finish it gracefully, or with... Oh, that's the innate talents of your people. Alright, so that'll be blood.
Yeah. Though my blood is damaged right now, so...
So you'd roll in despair with your
What is-
blood.
Okay.
You
So
just
that would be 2d6?
3d6, and you take the lower two die results.
Okay, but
And
I
you've
still
got-
add the plus
yeah.
2 from blood?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. So that's a 9 that you've rolled, which is excellent.
Someone actually hit.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Hooray!
So you're going to lose the advantage that you have right now, and you're going to deal a damage to one of its stats. Now it has armor because it's grown in size, so that's most likely the stat you'll damage, but you might also damage its shadowy stat by lighting it up with lightning, so your choice.
I'll damage its armor to try to help the other guys hit it better.
Okay, you do so. It shrinks in size as your lightning bolts blast away at its core. What else is happening?
Hazmat.
It doesn't have to be
Should do
Hazmak.
that.
Anyone can grab the spotlight if they want.
That's true. I did have something
Well-
in mind, but no, go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, Rasheen will capitalize on the opportunity and turn his blade against the Zatmal, laying into it, and mopping up what's left.
Okay, so you're going to try and overcome it.
So I'm going to yes.
Okay, so that's your blood roll. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun.
Hey, look, you got 10.
I did. I do.
So you guys, basically you can forge a bond anytime. So if you guys want to be forging bonds, just tell me that it's happening when the spotlight's on you. You can have up to 3 bonds unless you're Bentley or Asgara, who have bond limits. But you can have up to 3 bonds with anyone else in the Fellowship.
Makes sense.
All right, Rasheen, you rolled with your blood, and you rolled a 10, which is an awesome result. So, you stop the obstacle from causing harm. That means you're going to damage one of its remaining stats. You're either going to damage its shadowy stat or its hungry stat.
I'll damage its shadowy stat because I kind of feel that the sword glows with light and drives away the darkness and so forth. So I think that would be appropriate.
Okay. Now, actually, reading over this, it already used its hunger ability. No, that's all right. All right, so you damage its shadowy stat, and it shrinks. It shrinks into itself, but it's still there, thrashing around, waiting to damage anyone who dares to come near it. but it is much reduced in terms of its threat.
All right. So noticing that these things are sort of fearful of light sources, I'm going to do what I should have done all along. I assume there's some manner of source of fire around?
Yeah, so it can only be harmed by fire and shadows. So light doesn't harm a shadow, it just makes more shadows. But
Right.
fire can hurt it.
Yeah, fire, right. So is there a source of fire around? Looking around.
Well, a big log just exploded everywhere when I hit this thing, so there could be some embers.
And Landchris just zapped the area, so maybe some of the trees caught on fire.
Perfect. I will take some of that fire and use one of my orcish moonshine bottles to light it on fire and toss it at the mall.
All right, go for it.
All right. Would you say this is actually an example of an advantage?
Let's
Can
see.
I finish them?
Yeah. I mean, you're using your items, you're using your environment, you're using your knowledge of the enemy. That sounds like you've got an advantage over them, so go ahead and try to finish them.
All right.
Is this, you're using the terrain to your advantage, so you might be rolling plus sense.
I'll take sense.
All right.
Shouting a monotone cry of war, I will smash a bottle of flaming alcohol upon it, or attempt to, rather. This could go horribly wrong.
Could you give me an example of that battle cry, please? I'd like to hear it. Thank you.
Nice.
All right, you definitely do it. Tell us how the mini-maw meets its end.
All right. Let me look up. There is a slight thing that we should probably discuss, though.
Yeah.
First off, when you do the set it on fire, its tags are replaced with ranged and dangerous.
Dangerous, yes.
So I'm not sure.
Are you all familiar with the dangerous tag?
I am unfamiliar.
It means something very good. I like it.
All right, dangerous tag.
This item causes problems. When you use this item without careful preparation, there are always consequences such as collateral damage or personal misfortune.
Yes, so is there going to be collateral damage or personal misfortune here, do you think? Looking at how the battlefield is laid out.
Why did I have to be right next to this guy?
Yeah, Mike's streak continues.
I think there might be some collateral damage to Rasheen.
Feels like it, yes.
So, Rasheen, do you want to sacrifice a gear item, or do you want to take damage? What do you want to do? The fires are lashing around you. They're gonna do something bad to you.
Tank it with your face.
It's Roland all over again.
He gets a scar on his face.
He's already got one, I think.
Say it. Let's see.
I thought his scar was on his chest like Sagat, like Ryu just uppercutted.
Oh man, I like that one. The Overlord just dragon punched him.
The Overlord's just Ryu for some reason.
Can't match those footsies. Okay, I'm thinking that the fire, the sudden appearance of fire and the sounds and explosions or what have you, perhaps triggers a distant childhood fear of fire in Rasheen. Maybe when a fucking dragon, laid siege to their city one time. Cough, cough.
Damn.
So I'll take damage to courage.
Okay.
Right there.
All right, so
no luck at all.
Mini Ma C, he's done for.
R.I.P. Minimal.
Who wants to grab the spotlight? You've got a barrier behind Lancris between you and the rest of the group, and Asgara and Bentley are facing down 3 enemies, one of whom is temporarily contained.
Well, it's a barrier between us and the team.
Yeah, those
Yes,
fallen
those
logs.
fallen logs we talked about way back.
Oh boy. We should probably get rid of those.
Oh, I can handle that. That shouldn't be a problem.
Now, the two of you are face to face with some enemies here, don't forget. So
Yes,
it
that's
may not
true.
be time to turn around and start unstacking logs. But
What
maybe
it
it
is time to do though is share in a victory with Bentley, which is the bond I form with him.
Ah, fantastic.
Awesome, yeah. Forge bonds, do it.
Do we do anything special?
Well, that's my bond with you. You can also forge one with me.
Hmm.
It could be related to this. Maybe I made you experience abject terror. Whatever it is you feel is appropriate.
I'm feeling put on the spot here. Do I want to be friends with this Guadine?
You don't
Is that
have to
what
be
they're called?
friends, you just have to form a bond.
Guadine.
Speaking of, since I hurt Rasheen, I should probably lose my bond with him.
I believe that's what happens, but I'll check for you there.
I will also forge bond
That's true. You're going to lose a bond with
with my
Rasheen,
giant
sorry.
friend here because our backs are against the wall. Is our bond?
But not for long.
Literally, our backs are currently against the wall.
For another 5 seconds or so, because this thread is contained now, right? This half a mall.
It's contained until I say it isn't. Yeah.
Gotcha. So I'm gonna grab hold of Bentley again, just like you did before, and I say to him, "To arms! Bring your sword to bear!" And we're both gonna leap at this skeleton and try to finish him.
Oh, damn. Hardcore. I will totally be down for that and raise my necrotic blade of really suspiciousness.
Okay, so I'm going to say that Bentley should roll for the finish them there, because he's doing the attack. And you roll with hope, because you're working together and you share a bond.
Okay, and what kind of finish them are we working with here, do you think?
It's probably blood, because we're,
Well, it could be blood or it could be
could be
grease.
something else.
Let me look at the finish them here for a second.
Or it could be even sense.
Well, I mean, it's really really stylish to just use another person as a pneumatic spring to jackhammer a blade into a skeleton.
Right.
So I'd say it's going to be grace. That sounds real graceful to me.
Sounds perfect. Go for
There are
it.
a lot of working parts in that. Okay, 36.
As your
And
grace isn't
grace.
damaged, right?
Yes,
It
it
is
is
not.
not.
Okay, great. Roll with just regular old hope.
Okay.
Awesome.
I'll take the 4 and the 5, obviously.
Yeah, I'd imagine so. All right, so that gets you a 9. Okay, so you deal damage to a stat that makes sense, and you lose the advantage over them. So, the stats of the skeleton are just bones. They don't take damage from anything that would slip right through them or is made to harm flesh. Most piercing weapons, ranged weapons, slashing weapons, and poison or fire-based attacks will have very little effect on a skeleton. And weapons training. They carry a weapon of some kind. This skeleton has a piercing blade.
Well, since it's a team effort here, do you want to go for the just bones or the
Well, I don't think your sword's going to be able to hurt it too much since it's probably piercing or slashing. Or actually, I guess it's necrotic, but I don't know how that interacts with them. And since you were kind of finessing them, maybe you disarm them.
Yeah, you know what? That makes sense. I'm gonna go with Asgara's wisdom here, and we'll
Okay.
damage his weapons training.
All right, you knock that weapon right out of his hand, and his hand goes with it. We assume it's a male skeleton. It could be either one.
I think once you become a skeleton, it's no longer an issue. You're just a skeleton.
It's completely irrelevant. It's just skeleton.
Well, yes.
All right, so that skeleton is no longer armed. But all this ruckus attracts the second Shadow Maw.
Oh no.
All right, so you're in danger. Let's look back in on the other squad.
So I have a question.
Yep.
2, in fact. One would be, is that avalanche still coming out for us?
It is.
And is the path that we just opened up, because the mini-maw is now dead, like down here, is that leading further off the mountain?
That is leading down to the parking lot. You're almost there.
Nice. So...
The 4 of you could just leave. That's an option that's on
Wow.
the table.
No, we want to
Please-
get rid of the
please
barrier, I
roll.
think, but... Huh?
Usually stroll down.
Lovely weather
No,
we're
we
having.
could.
Yeah.
We could try to devise some way to tear down the barrier so that Asgar and Bentley can escape. Because Rasheen will certainly not abandon Bentley.
Well, how many
Yeah.
logs are there?
Looks like 5 or 6.
I can probably grab and throw 2.
Yeah, I don't see why not.
Caesar will assist with this clearing.
Because I have the pick up anything you can grasp with one hand thingy.
Okay. So you do
So
that.
I can,
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say basically the same thing.
All right. You fling them away. That means the rest of you 3 now have an advantage against that barrier. So you could attempt to finish it.
That sounds good.
Just keep in mind that everything that you face is just some kind of barrier or threat. So these logs are exactly the same as those shadow maws in that skeleton, mechanically speaking.
Well,
Wait a minute.
It's an efficient way to do it.
Could I throw the logs at the Shadow Maw?
Yeah, you can see at least half a maw over there.
I will throw the logs at half a maw.
Awesome. I think you've got an advantage because you're sneaking up behind it, so you can try and finish it.
I will do that.
How are you going to finish them? Is this an overpowering or an ambush? Or are you using the terrain to your advantage?
It's probably an ambush since I'm coming from behind it.
Okay, so that'll be blood. Okay. Were you rolling in despair there?
Yeah, because blood is damaged.
Okay. That's not as good as an outcome as we were hoping for.
Did she just kill Bentley?
Well, do you have a mutual bond with Caesar by any chance?
I have
think-
one to her.
I have one back
Yeah.
to him.
Okay, so
I
we
think
can
he's
say
weird.
that because you're working together here, so hope and despair cancel each other out. So we'll just take the 5 and the 1,
That works.
the first 2 that you rolled, and that puts you at an 8. Which means that you can damage one of that Night Maw's stats. It's already had 1 damage, so it's only got 1 stat left, so essentially you're finishing it anyway.
Nice.
Yeah, nice.
Nice.
and then I wanna finish the barrier.
Okay. So half a maw, the logs crash through there and destroy it. The logs smother it in shadow, and so it can no longer exist. Nice work. And Hesmak, what were you going to do?
Yeah, since they are working on clearing some of the barrier, but it's not been finished, I'm gonna aim to do just that. I want to finish the barrier off.
Okay. How are you going to do that?
I'm gonna do that by I'm gonna use one of my dwarven core moves, which is People of Stone. I'm
Awesome.
actually just going to charge right at it. I mean, I could just do clear the path, but we're going to use People of Stone because why not?
Yeah, why not?
So I'm going to essentially slug it out with my armor and just wail away at the logs that are still there.
Okay, is that rolling iron then? Or is that... How do
I
you
will indeed.
Is that how that works? I don't see
Yes,
here.
I roll iron.
Okay, good. Now, do you have mutual bonds with either Lancrest or Caesar?
Wow.
Not with me.
I have one with Landcrest.
I think I have one back with Hesmak.
Okay, so then you can roll with hope.
Ooh, 3d6. It's going to be a 10.
Excellent. All right, so you roll the 10 there. You tell us what happens to the barrier.
So Hesma gets a real head of steam as he's doing that. I mean, to the casual outsider, it may look like he's just swinging his arms in circles, but he ends up landing precision blows on the logs as his armor just kind of starts cleaving through the fallen wood, and it kind of rumbles, and he bursts through the other side of it.
That sounds wonderful. That barrier is gone. You now have access to your other party members.
Hooray!
Speaking of which,
Yes.
what's going on over there, guys?
Is it fine if I shout at them and say the way is clear and we should get the hell off this mountain?
You are very welcome to. Running away is always an option.
I will do that.
It's totally fine to say that. And when I hear that, I turn to Asgar and say, he does have a point. Discretion, valor, etc.
That's all right. I already increased the avalanche, so it should destroy all these things anyway. And I grab hold of Bentley, and we go leaping way over towards our rest of our party. Because, well, the better part of valor and all.
Okay. And just in time as well, the Shadow Maw and the skeleton begin attempting to follow you. Oops.
They start growing in green boxes. Oh no!
Looks like the skeleton has pants now.
The green box
Skeleton
is the most dangerous box.
So they begin attempting to follow you, but unfortunately for them, that avalanche catches right up to them. And they are crushed. You don't want to go over there, Hesmak. You just don't go there. The avalanche slams into the bottom there and buries your remaining two foes. You appear to be home free.
Delightful.
Let me just move you on over there.
Is this other mall thing on fire?
It's on fire and dead.
There's a
Yeah, I
flame
threw a
there,
Molotov cocktail at it.
Is it a big enough burning fire for me to replenish the projectile I use, the energy?
You just you recharge that from regular fire.
I just need like a big energy source, like fire, or maybe if I summon or harness the power of a bolt of lightning. You know,
Sure.
all those gigawatts, something like that.
Yeah, why not?
Or you mean dip my hand into this thing and I just absorb all of it, every bit of its energy and what's left of its carcass, just kind of into my arm.
Okay. Are there any more
I
bonds?
guess
any
I'll
of you-
save this guy.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, it's okay.
Any more bonds any of you want to form after that battle?
I am impressed with Hesmak's abilities and will form a bond with him.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
I have marginally more respect for Rasheen.
That's a very strong bond. I like it.
And I think Rasheen makes a great piece of kindling. That's enough for a bond, right?
Is it?
Seems like a really mean-spirited bond.
I mean, I think he'd be really good as a potential fuel source.
I don't know.
Praise.
Are you
High
sure?
praise from
Are
the
you sure?
Chronoforth.
Are you sure you're not the Overlord's general in the future?
That's my other secret.
What I'm saying is, I want to burn Rasheen alive.
He's not here to protest. That's the best part.
I'm gonna form a bond with Rasheen. He impressed me with his ability to stumble from the jaws of defeat and somehow come out of this alive, because it looked like it was pretty stacked against him there for a minute.
Okay.
He's a survivor.
Impressed by his survival skills.
So Rasheen has impressed me.
Excellent.
In the eyes of Asian Dad Dragon, Rasheen got an A-.
Oh,
Oh wow.
That's a broken bond. Come on.
harsh.
That's like a normal E-.
All right.
Are we able to have more than one bond with someone?
You can have up to 3.
I'm gonna have another one with Caesar then.
All right, go for it. What is your bond with Caesar now?
I'm impressed by his ability to jump, considering he is a giant orc mushroom.
All right, you're impressed by his physical prowess, his athletic skills.
His fungusal prowess.
And if you'll scroll up a little bit, you'll probably see all your tokens there.
Sure do.
Now, this is the base of the mountain here.
There's our car. It's right there. You can see it.
Oh, the Fortuino. Oh, I was wondering how I got around to nothing.
There you go.
It's so
There's,
tiny.
there's your Fortuino. That's Bentley's carriage. And it seems like you've got a moment's respite, so we're going to take a little break here. And when we return,
Awesome.
we will see how things are going for the Fellowship.